evening and welcome to NPL TV's coverage of Round 8 from the National Premier League's New South Wales men's competition. We're in the beautiful South Coast at picturesque Wynn Stadium in Wollongong for Wollongong Wolves versus Mount Druitt Town Rangers. This is Eric Sibiano on the comms for this wonderful Friday night on the South Coast. Absolutely loving it. Delighted to be here for you and looking forward to another great round in the competition that seems to deliver week on week on week. For those of you less familiar with these teams, Wollongong Wolves in their traditional this is the first game of 6 this weekend. It's another long weekend. We're certainly blessed to have 2 long weekends in a row. And on NPL TV, this wonderful platform powered by Clutch, we'll have football for you tonight, this game, but also Saturday, Sunday, and even the public holiday Monday. So plenty of football for all you football fanatics out there. So there's the whistle. Away we go. Druitt immediately switching it out to the far side there, left-hand side, and immediately you see a nice Wolves active supporter group. And to our left, they've got a drum out, so that's great to see some active support in NPL. We'll wait until the first break and play to run you through the 2 lineups. Certainly plenty of talent out there. This should be a good one. Inside, that's Lachlan Scott into the box, and is Scott trying to get onto the left foot. There's the challenge. A few muted penalty shouts, mainly from the crowd. Nothing doing there. Referee not interested. So on we go. You can see, might be able to hear Mount Druitt keeper Robert Fenella barking out the instructions. Didn't start the season as first choice Fenella, but has made that starting goalkeeper spot his own, and he has made some flying saves as well, so certainly showing to Stuart Montgomery, Mount Druitt head coach, and the rest of us that he deserves to be the #1 keeper. Some flick on, and that will be away. So now it looks like Kamada, far touchline, sending one up for Druitt to chase. Druitt, former Wollongong Wolves player, he'll certainly be keen to make an impression against his old club this evening. Goes to Fenella. Wolves just standing off for now. As Fenella goes long. Another one for Druitt to chase, headed away by Kanaizumi. I think that's Lewis Curry picking up the second ball. Now goes wide, but just behind Kamada. This will be our chance to run you through first the Wollongong starting lineup. In goal, #1, Hayden Duros. #3, Darcy Madden. #5, Bunry Kanaizumi. #6, Senna Stevenson. #9, Peter Simonowski. #10, Takuma Sujimura. #11, Joshua McDonald. #15, Nick Lidler. #16, their captain, Guy Knight. #22, Leroy Jennings. And #24, Lachlan Scott. And looks like a light drizzle that has been affecting Sydney and the surrounding areas today. It's turned up just in time for first grade. Doesn't look to be too bad, and in fact might help the spectacle this evening. A bit of moisture might make the field play even a little bit quicker. It's a real feature of their play under Stuart Montgomery. Lineups of 4 central defenders. Say not quite universal in state leagues in New South Wales, but certainly more common. So see something different. Now Kamada, low ball, again they look for Druitt. It's away now. Simonoski, that ball blocked by Jack Stewart. Here's Roberts. He's just crowded out there. So Leroy Jennings back defending. And Jennings couldn't get past it. Could win the throw. Meanwhile, the Mount Druitt starting lineup. In goal, number 20, Robert Fenella. Their captain, number 4, Travis Orchard. Number 6, Lewis Curry. Number 7, Jack Stewart. Number 8, Jason Perez. Number 9, John Roberts. Will just hold that thought as Lachlan Scott moves down the right. Then cuts inside. Weight of numbers wins the day for Mount Druitt. So number 9, John Roberts. Number 11, Fumota Kamada. Number 12, Jake Tchaikovsky. Number 17, Cooper Koskiri. Number 19, Paul Druitt. And number 22, Rhett De Silva. Roberts once again working on the left touchline. Kamada, the 1-2 with Kuri, so the two left footers combining. Kamada, good speed, but not good enough to get around the defender. This match, still relatively early days in this competition, round 8 out of 22. But every win important in this league, and this one even more so. Both of these sides, Wollongong and Mount Druitt, only have one win so far in 2022. Certainly plenty of talent out there. But 3 points you'd say wouldn't quite be a must. It's certainly not a must-win game in round 8, but would of course be vital as teams chase those top 5 in the final series. It would be a great help so as not to let those top 5 front runners get away from them. Now Simonoski able to turn. He's easy to pick out in those orange boots. There's space here for the Wolves and plenty of numbers forward, plenty of red shirts. But all they found was Cooper Koskiri, and he can step out from defence. Now, Paul Druitt, fast but not that fast. Meanwhile, the two benches, firstly for the Wolves, their backup keeper is Thomas Butkovic. Then there's Nikola Djordjevic, Harrison Taranto, Nicholas Duarte, Jake Laval, and Nav Darjani. And the Wolves, of course, coached by Socceroos legend Luke Wilshere. While for Mount Druitt, their backup keeper is Matthew Symes. Then there's Diogo Barbosa, Olaika Sunmola, Mohamed Sabu, Rocco Frugale, and Ivan Sunic. As I said earlier, Mount Druitt Town Rangers, coached by Stuart Montgomery. As the Wolves again, it's the first time that they'll try the near side, closest to us here in the grandstand. And there's McDonald, Santa Stevenson. Try to get that one to go around the corner. And not enough bend on it, so it will be a goal kick. So Fenella, something that's becoming less common in modern football, the long goal kick, as once again Fenella tries to get as much distance as possible off the head of Roberts. Shorter goal kicks becoming more and more the norm, especially if you happen to see one of the A-League academy sides like Sydney FC. And meanwhile, here's Simonoski. Koskiri with the hands behind the back, good cross to the far post, and will that be the first corner of the game? Josh McDonald certainly thinks so. The referee agrees. Right footer to get that in swinger and put the keeper under pressure. Cross in. Back it goes to the corner taker, McDonald. Cutting inside. He's got the overlap as well, Jennings. Now left-footed cross. It's a decent one. There's a free header and big shouts for a handball, both from the players and the crowd. And nothing from the officials. And we will go on. Decent atmosphere as well. Of course, it is wonderful occasion, both for the spectators, myself and tonight's camera operator, Ville, of course the spectators. Druitt Stadium is a venue that has seen a lot of historic occasions, not just in football, but in rugby league as well, as you can tell by some of the markings that have remained on the field. Druitt Stadium, a venue that I love going to. Well, here's the long-range effort. It's Jack Stewart, Mount Druitt's top scorer for the campaign. Couldn't find the radar that time. Jack Stewart in his first shot was fine. So for Mount Druitt, as I mentioned earlier, only one win in 2022, but the issue certainly hasn't been goal scoring amongst the highest scoring teams in the league, Mount Druitt, even though they are in 10th place. 15 goals for the campaign. Jack Stewart leads them in that regard with 5. You've got Paul Druitt with 3. As Jennings trying to charge through the middle, lets him run away from him, but then it breaks to Josh McDonald. He's 1-on-1. Kind of situation he loves. Back it goes Guy Knight, and they'll switch the point of attack the Wolves. Now hooked in, and Vanello's up, and claims without too much fuss. Vanella not hanging around, and finding Mount Druitt's top scorer Stewart straight away. Paul Druitt trying to shake off Nick Lindler. Back onto the left foot. He delivers, and then I was about to say it was a fumble. Well, not really from Hayden Duros. He was able to bat it down pretty much at his feet. No chance of a rebound there. Or no chance of a Mount Druitt player picking up the rebound. Yeah, every goalkeeper loves that kind of touch early on, but what Hayden Duros just had, an easy one into the gloves just to settle any pre-match nerves that you may have had. Perez able to turn, so that's nice, and he can find the diagonal as well. So, Brett De Silva. De Silva tries to work it. So, goes off centre Stevenson. It's Mount Druitt's first corner of the evening. So, Roger Kamada is trotting across the field for an in-swinger. Immediately, John Roberts. You can see his job is to put the Wolves keeper Hayden Duros under pressure. Wolves leaving 2 up. So Scott and McDonald not defending this set piece. There's Stewart with the short option. I think he's been waved away. In it goes. Far post. And there's the header. And I think that's Druitt is looking for the push. Yeah, because you can see it did come off Hayden Duros' right hand. So Wolves free kick. That's kind of what I alluded to earlier. Short build up from the back, and now centre Stevenson, a little bit of space. Now Curry interested in that, and just put in there. Not Leroy Jennings, but I think Leroy Jennings will be okay. Now for Mount Druitt, it's important for them to build on the momentum from last weekend, where they defeated Northbridge by 4 goals to 2 at Bombendale Park. So I guess Mount Druitt to climb the table. It'll be important for them to get results against the teams around them at the table. Mount Druitt started this round in 10th. In fact, his stoppage. Jennings will need some treatment. Mount Druitt starting this round in 10th and Wolves in 11th. Worried about the knock that Leroy Jennings received, but perhaps a bit more serious than the first time. At least he is able to sit up, but of course Leroy Jennings, or Fijian flyer as he's sometimes known, he's been able to walk off the field, but of course because the physio came on, down to 10. For a brief while at least. Getting such a talented player. Sure, both sent from Blackouts in his previous club, so we certainly hope that the substitution is not required, which is their only victory came back in round 2 against Northbridge as well. Bit of a coincidence, both of these teams finding their only wins of the season against Northbridge. Obviously, 4-0 triumph at the Sydney Life Sports Centre, Northbridge's home ground. Wolves, in a sense, victims of both the quirk of the fixture list and the washout, because this is actually only their second home game of the season. So their other home game was another Friday night clash at this venue, and a thrilling 2-2 draw against Sydney FC. Wolves were 2-0 down, and then benefited somewhat by a Sydney FC red card. Wolves pulling back to 2-2, stoppage time equaliser from Nick Bedwell. That washout, which delayed one of their other home games, would have been round 4 against Sydney Olympic. In fact, that will be played on Wednesday the 27th. So the football is starting to come thick and fast for these NPL New South Wales men's sides. Of course, there has also been an Australia Cup action this week. Corner, it's 1 against 2, tries the back heel to Roberts. McDonald kept that in, but that's a strong work from Curry. And now Perez with the quick feet has the head up and looks to whip it in, but it should be Darcy Maddens. In fact, I think he wanted the headed back pass, and Druitt, who's certainly been lively in these early exchanges. He wins the corner kick from Mount Druitt. 15 minutes played, or roughly, here at Wind Stadium. If you've just joined us, this is Eric Subihano on the live NPL TV. Currently 0-0 between Wolves and Mount. Now in swinger, and DeRose is up, gets the two-handed punch. Now can Curry get the shot away? Cannot, blocked by Jennings, who's back on the field. So good to see him up and running again. Jennings gets the toe in. Stewart trying to keep it alive, but now just too much on that, otherwise potential Wollongong counter. Now back to Stewart. Gets the in-swinger, and it's an awkward one. Kind of about belly button height, if you will. That was heading towards Tater Juros, who claimed it well under pressure from both Druitt and Roberts. Nice 1-2 with McDonald. And then here's Jennings. He was immediately stopped by Tchaikovsky. Knight. Sujimura to settle it for the Wolves. Set piece. Vanilla signaled for 2 on the wall from Mount Druitt. Now we will see the outswinger, bit of shooting from Josh McDonald. Wolves active supporters to our left. Started the chanting in the drums again, trying to will this one in to the back of the net. 6 to aim at for McDonald. Into a good area, there's the flick. Almost a combination of the 2 former Western Sydney Wanderers Academy players. Nice delivery from McDonald in towards Lachlan Scott, who just got that half a yard you needed. Set pieces. Scott flipping straight to Robert Fidel. rotations for now, and then Littler switch right on the money for Stevenson. Direct pass to Scott, playing the target forward role. Not pressing too intently as of yet, but surely they will now that it's in their half of the field. Scott. Jennings. And Jennings couldn't get it through those two Mount Druitt players. So left it goes, Santa Stevenson. He's got Simonoski with him, who's now drifted over to the side nearest to us. In swinging ball. Headed away by Tchaikovsky. Finally, that'll leave the pressure for the Rangers. Wollongong's upcoming midweek game against Sydney Olympic on Wednesday. Mount Druitt also victims of washout earlier in the season, so they have a game, in fact, on Tuesday the 26th. Mount Druitt playing Marconi at Poppendetta Park. Coming thick and fast from both these sides. And Druitt just tucked back there. So Mount Druitt free kick. And of course, both those games, Mount Druitt versus Marconi on Tuesday and Wollongong versus Sydney Olympic on Wednesday. Like, as with every game in this competition, available both live and on demand by NPL TV powered by Clutch. And calling both of those games on the Tuesday and Wednesday is the People's Champion Nicholas Cunningham. So certainly something to look forward to. These two nights. Back to this game. Lewis Curry with the in-swinger. It's low and it's headed away. Now Simonoski, nice ball around the corner. And can Wolf start something? Here's Lachlan Scott. He's faced up. That's good defending there from Tchaikovsky once again. He's made a few good tackles. What did Fenellas up? Easy, confident play. Guy Knight stepping forward. That's the furthest forward he's been in the play so far. Now back it goes the other way. Roberts hits the deck but then gets on with it. Doesn't get the decision to go his way. Chance for the Rangers to build something in possession. Back it goes to Koskiri. And now Wartred, the Rangers skipper. Run from Druitt, but it's intercepted by Madden. McDonald's come more centrally for the time being. And you can see Mount Druitt immediately dropping and pinching, compressing all the space. Quite some ball to get through that back line. So many yellow shirts in such a small area. Littler firing it towards Simonoski. Now that's Jennings. Could have been a hospital pass, but Madden's done brilliantly. Got past two opponents here. And Darcy Madden goes on with it. Now to the byline it goes, and then Orchard stops that move in its tracks, so corner kick. So Josh McDonald clearly on set piece duties this evening, so us, but right next to the assistant on that far side, Harrison Fisher. It's going to be the outswinger to the near post. Jennings can't do anything with it. Now, as Robert's trying to back into his defender, and he's saying that's probably good enough. Being the free kick at least, and then he saw an opportunity, but Mount Druitt have kind of squandered that one. He's given the ball straight back to the Wolves. There's Littler crossing halfway. But then that's sharp work, and into the box we go. Now first time effort, blocked, and now big chance! And flag stays down. That's the opening goal of this evening, and it's Lachlan Scott. That's Lachlan Scott's third goal for the season. And in fact, now the flag goes up, so that's killed the joy, at least for the time being. We're going to have a discussion here on the far side as to who exactly was offside. They played the music and everything, and that's the flag up has killed the vibe, so let's see what happens here. Whatever it was, great finish from Lachlan Scott. Couldn't have been expecting that. So it was a deflection. Flag is up. Well, can they go on with it with the referee talking to someone supposed to go, and then they just kicked it? In fact, yeah, that's what I thought. You actually can't start. Okay, I've got that wrong. We're going to go on with it. Well, sometimes refs don't like a free kick being taken while they're actually having a chat to a player, but they go on here, and then most past they give the ball straight back to Wollongong. But at least for Mount Druitt, they have not fallen behind, so still 0-0 here in the stadium. Now, that's neat work. Here's Lachlan Scott. Charges to the byline, gets the cut back, and it's nicked away from McDonald. Mount Druitt trying to keep the Wolves at the door here. And Roberts able to turn, finding Jack Stewart. Now Retta Silva in supports it. Druitt is out wide. Stewart cuts inside though. Now it's Lewis Curry. Commander's available on the far touchline. This is Stewart's able to turn. Can't strike from range. Jack Stewart not. Jack Stewart, 5 already for this season. Stewart's got a great shot on him. Well advised not to let him turn from that sort of range about 25 yards out. That time it was an easy save for Hayden Duros. Stevenson with the hands up for the switch. Littler sees it, finds him. So Stevenson outside of the foot pass. Red roll by Koskiri. Vanilla keeping it across his body. Does eventually make its way to Stewart. So now Druitt perhaps can kill it now. Touching off the chest, and it's Roberts battling away, but oh, sorry, that's Druitt. My apologies. Small Druitt has received the first booking of tonight. Wolves player while he was on the ground fighting for the ball there. He's got good body strength, and he hasn't kept it. Goes back to Hastag there. One Josh McDonald spending too much time there. One of their best attacking outlets when he's in form, and he's looks to have been clipped there, but on we go. Kept his feet well and found Stevenson. Lachlan Scott. He could pull the trigger. He does! That's a brilliant goal. You won't rule that one out. Lachlan Scott, from at least 25 yards out, possibly more, has given Wollongong the leads. The music now. Nothing's going to rule this goal out. That is Lachlan Scott's third of the season. What a clean strike. Shook off two defenders, Lachlan Scott. And they smashed it past Robert Fenella. So the home fans do get to celebrate a goal. Wolves 1, Mount Druitt 0. Good timing. That one just before the half hour. Now, Lachlan Scott got the touch, beat Orchard to the ball. Beat at the very least a free kick. In fact, more. Mount Druitt's new Travis Orchard goes into the book. Now, set piece opportunity. Jennings immediately showing interest in this one, as is Josh McDonald. Two right-footers. There's Robert Fenella frantically organising this ball. This is a big situation for both teams. Standing obvious with Mount Druitt won't want to concede two quick-fire goals, so that would be hard to come back from. That's 4 in the ball. McDonald appears to have left this to Leroy Jennings. Jennings is the goal. Advantage. Here we go. Leroy Jennings, in fact, goes short and then play low to the middle. And that, in fact, is a good save from Fenella. Had runners coming in at the far post. Good goalkeeping, not to let the ball get to them. Now Kamada. It's about 3-on-6 for Mount Druitt at the moment. The support is coming. That goal from Lachlan Scott will relieve some of the pressure. Only scored 8 goals this season. Wollongong 4 of them in that 4-0 win against Northwich, their only victory so far this season. They do now get to play from in front. It's a great chance for him to settle the nerves. It does tend to be the case. The goal goes in, suddenly everyone starts playing with more confidence. That'll get to Scott outside of the foot flick. Outside of the foot flick there. Now Simonowski steps around a challenge. He goes from range. That one's over. Ah, nice ball. McDonald closed down immediately. Accidentally pressed the button there. Now, that should be offside and is, so John Roberts went too early. Dropping deep just to find some space. Sitchmore's drifting over to the grandstand side as well. McDonald. Decent Jennings, and he'll go left-footed. That's one so far. With Fenella not best pleased with his defence. Goalkeepers at the best of times don't like shots from that pitch. great header from Kanaizumi, and Lachlan Scott will get to this, looking for support. He's one-on-one with Koskiri, and then Scott just runs into a cul-de-sac. On we go. And McDonald, nice pass to Darcy Madden. Madden delivers. Curry, they can find De Silva, could open up for them, but might go the other way, and almost broke for Simonoski there. Here is Red De Silva. McDonald showing he's not just about attack. It's a good tracking back from McDonald there. He's forced the backward pass. Now De Silva is going to be pulled offside. Following up for a assist. Nearest to us, Matt Staples. 10 minutes to go in the first half. The case so far so good for Wollongong. Challenge won by Stevenson. And then there's Jennings, tried to float one over to Simonoski, almost got it perfect. Stewart has had to drop even recently just to get some touches. That's a nice one. And Stewart charges forward. Stewart all the way to the byline. That's great work. And then Littler needed to concede the corner in the end. Didn't look like there was anything on for Jack Stewart, but he just ran forward. Showed the speed and skill to get to the byline. So set piece opportunity. And Brett De Silva has gone from the grandstand side to the ocean side to take this set piece. Jack Stewart going short, goes into the middle, and Duros claims it very well. Now the throw, a little bit undercooked. All's well that ends well. Now McDonald, nice scoop pass to Sujimura. It's not too much on, but it could open up if they can switch it to the right side. Indeed they do, it's Darcy Madden. Side, Stevenson overlapping. McDonald cuts inside. Can't quite get it to bounce off Scott. Druitt's got plenty of speed. Does he keep it in? No is the answer. Bounce just a bit too long for Druitt. Centre-back trio, sorry, that Druitt centre-back trio. Some pressure there, but it was Jennings strong enough to hold off the tackle. So Stevenson, got McDonald running from inside to out in front of him. Jennings, and 1-2 is broken up by Perez. Spirited defending there from Perez. Goes back to Corey. So De Silva is open for the switch and goes straight to McDonald, who coolly plays it back to Duros. Darcy Madden, who might have been a bit late there. In fact, yeah, that'll go back for a Mount Druitt free kick. So Darcy Madden just a little bit too enthusiastic with that tackle. Got the foot in and does not keep it in play though, despite Darcy Madden trying to take that quick throw in. We'll go to Mount Druitt. Does not look like they're setting up for a long throw. Long throws, of course, being the kind of thing that everyone hates until they have someone that's good at them in their squad, but that's another story. Back it goes to the skipper, Travis Orchard. I'm sitting a bit deeper since the goal, but Curry able to turn and run. Overcooks it though. That's simple for Duros, who tries to get an attacking move started now. Down the far touchline, does stay in. Scott just outnumbered there. Fenella couldn't find Stewart, so McDonald is outnumbered there. Now Jack Stewart, that is probably going to run away from him, and it's Kanaizumi stepping across now. Bit of a centre-back run there from Kanaizumi, the dummy, but it's a good idea from Simonowski. Scott just not quite on the same wavelength though. It was Corey now for Mount Druitt. Again, gets it back from Jason Perez. It's dropping deep now just to lend a hand, but even so, it has to go back to the centre backs. Now Koskiri. Senator Stevenson breaks that up. Stops Koskiri playing that pass forward. Nice reminder from the gentleman on the PA system tonight. Reminded the kids to get involved in the greatest halftime activation in Australian sport, Chase the Wolf. If you haven't seen this before, it's where Wolfie, the Wollongong Wolves mascot, he starts running down the field and is chased by basically every kid in the stadium. There's a prize for the first kid to reach Wolfie. More of that kind of stuff in NPL New South Wales. Actually, we need more of that kind of stuff in the A-League as well. There's Little getting to halfway and then just played it over long and Scott. Say Stevenson gets put in there. I'm like a wolf. Few touches, but nothing that would have tested him too much. That's a strong run down the far side. that was Darcy Madden. And Darcy Madden, right back with a good sense of adventure. He's gotten forward a few times already, so Darcy Madden just giving away that free kick. It's in visual in front of us. Of course, officials there say it's 1 o'clock, so we'll see how much time to be added on at the end of this first half. Shouldn't be too much, just that brief injury stoppage to Leroy Jennings in the goal. I can think of this add to the time of this first half. We'll soon find out, I think. As Fenella clears that onto the hill. And there we go, the announcement on the PA, 2 minutes of time added on to end this first half. It's a bit thrown off by the fourth official, not having the customary board to signal that, but the gentleman on the PA has bailed us out there. So it's the Wolves sending the first half the strongest. They have the lead. This is a handy position to try and create one last scoring opportunity before the break. But now Druitt taking over. Mortra just sends that one onto the hill. It's working out very nicely from Wollongong. As they look to take this 1-goal lead into the dressing sheds. Scott, and he's found Jennings, Leroy Jennings. And referee signals, no, that's not a penalty. It's Bull Druitt, and he does win a free kick. So it can't be too much longer, and Mountjoy surely want to get onto this. So they do move it quickly to Kamana. Look, it's good defensive hustle from Wollongong. Got back in their shape pretty quickly. Kamana stepping inside. Now goes across to Koskiri. See this puzzle Mountjoy are faced with. Wolves have been very organised so far. Koskiri, Druitt is going to need to use all his speed. Reads that well. And that is the whistle for half-time. So it's Wollongong Wolves who lead 1-0 over Mount Druitt. As the teams head to the dressing rooms, Lachlan Scott scored just before the half-hour mark with a fantastic goal from about 25 yards out, possibly more. And Scott will be particularly pleased as that goal came only a couple of minutes after he had a goal ruled out for offside in the build-up. This is Eric Sumihano on the mic for NPL TV. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the National Premier League's New South Wales men's competition. We will take a short break and then we'll be back for the second half. welcome back to the second half of our NPL TV broadcast. It's a Friday night in the National Premier League's New South Wales men's competition, and we're from a suddenly rainy Wind Stadium in Wollongong, where the home side Wollongong Wolves are leading 1-0 over Mount Druitt Town Rangers. This is Eric Subiano on the mic. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending your Friday evening with us. On behalf of myself and tonight's camera operator, Mila, thank you so much. Wollongong Wolves currently leading by 1-0, thanks to a 25-yard strike from Lachlan Scott at about the half-hour mark, really. Quite a good goal as well. Worth watching that one back if you haven't seen it already. Of course, thanks to NPL TV, this wonderful platform powered by Clutch. The goal highlight will already be available to view via NPL.tv. Just waiting to see if there have been any halftime substitutes. So Wolves, of course, being in front, will be surprised if their head coach Luke Wilshire has made any changes. Now Druitt, quick scan, but does look like they are as they were to begin the game. So it's not quite such hospitable conditions for the second period, but away we go. So Nick Lindler, experienced defender in this competition, can also take a good direct free kick if the opportunity presents itself, so certainly watch out for him at both ends of the field. By the way, I'm going to say it's possibly my favourite thing of the Wollongong Wolves home game, Chase the Wolf, the greatest halftime activation in Australian sport. As I said earlier, they ran it twice and each winning kid gets $20. And I know $20 can't buy what it used to these days, inflation being what it is, but to a kid, $20 is still a lot of money. So those two young men would be absolutely delighted to be the winners. But anyway, back to the game. There's Jennings stepping in. And now go back to the free kick. And by the way, of course, another long weekend means another massive slate of action available for you on NPL TV. I'll try and run through some of those upcoming games when we get the chance. And here's Jake Tchaikovsky. And Jason Perez under a bit of pressure on the edge of his own box, and indeed back to the goalkeeper Robert Panella, who goes long. Strong header from Lindler. Now Stewards, and this will find its way to Lewis Curry from Motor Kamada, charging forward. It's gone behind him though. It's going to be a Wolves throw-in. So that upcoming action in the National Premier League's New South Wales men's competition, this league, of course, tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. in Sutherland Sharks versus Rockdale Illingdon, kind of a local derby. As Kanaizume clears that into touch. Sutherland Rockdale, that'll be called by the King of Victoria, Teo Pellizzeri. And tomorrow at 7 p.m, a huge clash at the Palace Marconi Stadium with the Marconi Stallions facing Sydney United 58. Tomorrow at 3 p.m, it's Northbridge Bulls versus Apia Leichhardt. That'll be called by Will the Adonis Gotsis. And Sunday at 4:30 p.m, I'll be calling Sydney FC versus Sydney Olympic from the Illingdon Sports Centre, and I'll make sure I get a kabapi roll before play begins. And then to complete this round, I'll just hold that thought to see how this plays out. And there's the shot, and then comfortable save for Fenella. So that was Josh McDonald testing the Mount Druitt kicker from range. But the final game in this round, round 8 of NPL New South Wales men's, it's Sunday at 5 p.m, where it's Blacktown City versus Manly United. And that'll be called by long-time Manly United fan Chris Carulli. So not sure about the allocation for that one, but they did get a crazy Blacktown City fan to call Blacktown's last game against Sydney FC, so I suppose swings and roundabouts. Now Benry Kanaizumi has the head up and fires it towards Lachlan Scott. And it will skip away from him. Now, the score as it stands, with the Wolves leading by 1-0, means that things are going the same way as really the head-to-head record between these two sides. So there's been 5 fixtures in recent years between Wollongong and Mount Druitt. Apologies, I didn't have time to figure out if there was a couple of obscure games from the 70s, so please forgive me. The Wolves currently have lead this head-to-head. And Lachlan Scott trying to break all the way through. He was stopped, now it's laid off Simonowski. Now Darcy Madden providing the overlap. Madden delivers. Mount Druitt eventually deal with that just about, but I think that was Guy Knight, the Wolf skipper, trying to keep the pressure on. It just ran out of play. But yes, back to the head-to-head record between these two sides. It's Wolves with 3 wins out of the 5 games dating back to the 2019 season. So 1 draw and the 1 win for Druitt. Mount Druitt's sole victory in this recent head-to-head matchup. Coming in the most recent fixture, round 14 of 2021. They won 3-0 with 2 goals from Jack Stewart and a strike from Fumoto Kamada. Of course, those 2 players both on the field. Now Jennings, long-range effort. That's blocked. Now Madden cut inside and there's Jennings with the overlap. But Madden's run into a crowd. Kamada to Stewart. Big shout by Rhett De Silva far side. Stewart's found him. So he's one-on-one with Stevenson. Rhett De Silva. And De Silva delivers. Easy for Duros and he keeps it in play. Just happy to keep it at the back with Duros. Now he switches it to the far side, the hillside, or the ocean side. I've got a few ways to refer to that part of the pitch of this stadium. Now, nice play by Wolves to make Mount Druitt run from side to side. Darcy Madden. And Madden is Scott trying to back into his defender. Took away by Orchard. Not much respite at the moment as Knight turns and Roberts almost intercepted. Rhett De Silva did get in, step in the way. So De Silva with 3 teammates. And here's Jack Stewart. Fires over. So first real chance of the second half going Mount Druitt's way. You can see Wolves have looked comfortable for most of this contest, but as they always say, football, it's only a 1-goal lead. And Mount Druitt's certainly a team that can counter quickly, as you saw that time. There's Jennings with the switch, and now Stevenson will get to this. So De Silva now has to defend. Here's Stevenson. Does indeed get the cross in. That's off the chest of Travis Orchard. Now, touch almost. I think took Koskiri into trouble, and that's gone out of play. Of course, on NPL TV, apart from NPL New South Wales men's, we also have every game from the NPL New South Wales women's competition, available both live and on demand from on NPL TV, powered by Clutch. There's a rare Saturday evening game for women's comp. That'll be tomorrow at 7 PM, where I'm calling the game between Spirit FC and Northern Tigers. It's a local derby in Christie Park. There's 2 5 PM kickoffs on Sunday. Bankstown City versus Sydney Olympic, called by the Twitch streaming king, William Constantinides. As there's a shot that's fired in. And Koskiri blocks. Kamada. Yes, he had to play it in, otherwise he would have been a corner. And then Littler steps in well. He's the kind of defender who can continue on with the attack. Littler delivers and just wasn't quite right for Simonovsky. And there you go. Littler getting forward from centre back down the right wing and whipping at a dangerous ball. Yeah, back to the women's comp. So Bankstown City versus Sydney Olympic. One Sunday 5 PM kickoff. The other Sunday 5 PM kickoff. Player some people call the Queen of Blacktown, Ashley Crofts. She'll be leading Blacktown Spartans against Manly United at Blacktown Football Park. As Littler again dealing with that nicely. Spartans versus Manly in the women's. The commentator for that one, they call Mike Sheen Mr. MacArthur. He'll have to be Mr. Shipping Container at Blacktown Football Park. If you've seen that media box, you'll know what I mean, but it's got power and cover, so can't complain, that's for sure. And as that's a good ball by McDonald, and now Sujimura now onto his stronger right foot, but tracked very closely by Perez. Knight switches it to Madden. Now, Josh McDonald, who's followed by Lewis Curry. Now, is Knight trying to step in? That's a nice return pass. This is McDonald. And Mount Druitt should clear that. Now, did look to brush the arm of Promoter Commander, but you couldn't say that was intentional. Of course, the final kickoff in NPL New South Wales Women's for this weekend. It's you might call this club the sister club of Wollongong Wolves, that'd be Illawarra Stingrays. They're travelling up to Sydney's inner west to face Tory Tudors and the gang from RPL Leichhardt. So RPL versus Illawarra Sunday 7:15 p.m. kickoff, and that'll be called by the man they call the Serbian Martin Tyler, Nikola Pozda. Nikola Pozda always does a great job, whether it's commentary, writing, even a bit of ground announcing. Of course, only 4 games this weekend in NPL New South Wales Women's. Emerging Jets versus MacArthur Rams has already been washed out. So that's quite unfortunate. We've had a few washouts this year, which, of course, it wouldn't surprise you if you're familiar with the weather we've had in Sydney and the surrounding areas over the last 2 months. I did receive word that Sydney University versus Football New South Wales Institute has been postponed. Not quite sure what for, but we do certainly hope that everyone in those 2 teams is keeping safe. That's a nice ball. Interesting one for Bull Druitt, trying to use the body against Littler. And Druitt gets into the area. Then, it's perfect use of the body from Kanaizumi. Experienced central defensive work. That's what you need. The 2 centre backs for Wolves working very much in tandem. Littler had been bypassed by Druitt, who's certainly a tricky customer, and then Kanaizumi just came across to cover and win the ball. Now there's the ball, and I think that's Simonowski. Simonowski wants it on his right foot. Shot blocked. Jennings trying to keep it alive. Can't fashion a shooting opportunity. So back it goes to Stevenson. Now I think they're trying to go from one fullback to the other. So Stevenson finds Darcy Madden. Intended for Scott. Scott eventually get a hold of it. And now into the box he goes. It's Lachlan Scott. He's already scored once. And now Druitt, very aware of Scott's shooting abilities, and they get a body in the way. Promoter Kamada darts forward from left wing back. Druitt's the outside option. And well read by Darcy Madden. Number 10, Diogo Barbosa. He's getting ready to come on, so Stuart Montgomery does look like about to make his first change of the evening, as tends to be the custom when we're close to the hour mark, as we are now, of course. Now Jennings getting the foot in, but then Manila just giving the shout to Jake Tchaikovsky and taking over. They're trying to build from the back this time with the short passes. Wolves pressing, but Curry's been able to turn. Now Littler's got the chase on here. Commander's got plenty of speed. Littler does enough though. And at least this potentially give Mount Druitt a chance to set up camp in the Wolves' third of the field. They haven't been there in this part of the field certainly as much as they would like. Kamada couldn't find Roberts. Doesn't work out for Wolves, that little passing move, and now Stewart tried to disguise the pass. Jack Stewart loves to strike from range and is good at it. Now Jennings does well to keep his footing under pressure from Roberts. Now it'll open up the ocean side. Stevenson, first time, all he does is find Jason Perez. Has he been able to slip it through? Can I zoom in? Lovely slide tackle. I love a good slide tackle. If there's anyone in this league is like me and loves the slide tackle, they'll be certainly liking that this is a natural grass surface as opposed to synthetic turf. But anyway, so there you could hear my more excellent work from the Win Stadium PA announcer. And it is number 10, Diogo Barbosa, replacing Lewis Curry. So it looks for now at least to be a straight swap with Barbosa heading to central midfield. Now, Leroy Jennings. Madden once again coming forward on the overlap. Jennings, that was nice skill, and now he can try and play the dangerous pass. Certainly the right idea. Didn't have enough weight on the pass though. And Barbosa's first involvement of the evening. Now Raptor Silva's found some decent space. And Jason Perez has given De Silva something to chase here. And just runs away from him. That's unfortunate though, certainly the right idea from De Silva. Now past the hour mark here in Wollongong. If you've just joined us, this is Eric Subihano on the mic for NPL TV. The score is currently 1-0 to Wollongong Wolves over Mount Druitt. The first half from Lachlan Scott. Barbosa jumping almost with level with the centre backs to start something, and he couldn't pick out De Silva. Of course, with this game situation, Mount Druitt need to get their wing backs Kamada and De Silva more involved to try and get themselves back into this game. Might see the Wolves' first substitute, and it's number 14, Nicholas Duarte, who I do believe played the first half of the 20s game and made an impact with a couple of goals. Duarte now perhaps getting his chance for first grade, but there's Borjuak finding Kamada. His touches taking him out of the area. The support comes from Barbosa. Barbosa, two red shirts around him, not much space, but they might have found a way, but Duros, nice goalkeeping. Claims that. Ada Duros. It's roughly 2/3 of the way to a clean sheet. That'll be his first clean sheet since Wolves' only win of the season, 4-0 over Northbridge in round 2. By the way, big thank you to Nicholas Kutniak. Just provide a correction. It is Nicholas Kutniak, the People's Champion, who's calling Sutherland versus Rockdale tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Not Teo Pellizzeri. So my apologies for that, but at least Nicholas on hand to make a correction. By the way, Darcy Madden has won a free kick. Great position. So Wolves have played well tonight. The one thing potentially they're lacking, at least for this particular situation, is a left-footed set-piece expert. This position almost perfect for any aspiring left-footed dead ball takers, but certainly Jennings and Josh McDonald, the two players over this, fully capable of scoring the goal double. So 4 in the wall, signalled by Fenella, and Nicholas Duarte has come on for Peter Simonowski. So Duarte heading straight into the mixer, looking to pick up any scraps, but it's Leroy Jennings who goes for power and then finds the seats at the southern end of Win Stadium. substitution from a few minutes ago. Looks like Duarte has taken up the wide attacking spot vacated by Peter Simonowski, who's just moving back to the bench right now. A good shift from him. Again, good shift again from Simonowski. Of course, from what I've noticed both in this game and previous games, a bit of fluidity in the Wolves attack. They do like to switch their wingers from time to time, but back Mount Druitt go, and here's a chase which proves to be too much. We would need them to join the attack when possible as well, because time is starting to run out. Now we're at the silver, and the flag will stay down, but it will also go out for a goal kick. The ball, so danger over there for Wollongong. Druitt just getting rid of the second ball. Of course, this isn't a pinball machine, so multi-ball not allowed this evening. And good touch off the chest from Jennings. Rides the challenge, Leroy Jennings. Yes, we'll go back to for the free kick, and not just a free kick. And you can see the signal from the referee, so I do believe they call that persistent fouling. Jake Tchaikovsky, now the third Mount Druitt player into the book this evening. So just in case Mike's didn't pick up the PA system there, Mount Druitt's second sub of the evening with number 18 Wollongong replacing Paul Druitt. Druitt not able to get a goal against his former club this evening. I suspect that's another straight swap, but we'll have to wait till free play to see where Samola ends up. But meanwhile, it's this set piece first, and it's flat delivery, and then Lachlan Scott tried to improvise. It was at an awkward height, too high to kick, too low to head, so Lachlan Scott tried to direct it into the net with his chest. That would have been some goal if he pulled it off. Quick thinking from Lachlan Scott, who of course opened the scoring tonight, and that went off target. Can't blame him for being on target, Lachlan Scott. That surely isn't a skill that gets practiced too often. Well, I mean, can't imagine a coach saying, "Right, boys, we're going to practice scoring with our chest off crosses." Don't think that happens. Into the middle it goes. Also, can he turn? Yes, and it's going to be a free kick. Now, well, the cheese started to fly here. That is a yellow card, I believe, for Senna Stevenson. So the first Wolves booking of the game. Here's Barbosa, as Roberts going short. Back it goes, so that's Travis Orchard. Now Barbosa, and then does not win a free kick this time, so there's the Wolves. Can they take advantage of the space here? And Lachlan Scott, back to Mount Druitt, the counter defence, so to speak, doing a good job. And now they're pretty much back in their shape. was keeping
lagi
in
ah.
play, and now he's Darcy
Enggak ada ya?
Madden. And Madden,
Ada lagi kita bilang.
the whole of the ball didn't cross
Enggak
the
kan?
line, on we go. But then it's
Enggak ya?
Cooper Koskiri now, and back it goes to the goalkeeper, Fenella.
Enggak sih,
I'll just
soalnya ini
remind
enggak
you
ada
of the subs
notif ya kalau mau
remaining to
masuk.
the teams. Firstly, Mount Druitt, they have Mohamed Sabur, Rocco Fragali, and Ivan Sunjic, as well as the backup keeper, Matthew Symes.
Iya.
For Wollongong, they've only been one sub, so 5 players available, and that'll be a free kick to Wollongong. Jennings has won another set piece. But, the subs are remaining for Wollongong: Nikola Djordjevic, Harrison Taranto, Jake Laval, Nav Darjani, and the backup keeper, Thomas Butkovic. So if you remember the way Leroy Jennings struck the last free kick, that might be the way you want to strike this one. So Wolves' last free kick from the edge of the box, Jennings went for power, it was a bit high. But this one, at least 30 yards out, probably a bit more. It's Josh McDonald to take. He goes for goal, and that's taken a touch off the fingertips of Robert Fenella, so corner kick. It's a good save by Robert Fenella, diving to his right. You get the sense that Josh McDonald didn't give that full power. He wanted to make sure that he tested the keeper. He certainly did. To the near post, and then Sujimura gets that slicing off his boots. So respite for Mount Druitt. Yes, Sujimura touch again. There's Lachlan Scott. He's got the runners. Scott. And nice ball, here's Duarte. Duarte, I think, well, it's going to be a penalty. So Nicholas Duarte making the impact as a substitution. We hope he's not too hurt. But he tried, I think, what they call the Maradona spin to avoid the tackle. He's been brought down inside the box, and Wollongong have a great chance to double their lead with the spot kick. So the Maradona spin working out for Duarte. If you're an OG Pro Evolution soccer player, you may know that move as the Marseille roulette, but anyway, that's really tangential to this discussion. Now it's going to be Lachlan Scott trying to double his tally for the evening, as well as doubling Wollongong's lead. Scott against Fenella. Now Lachlan Scott, what a save by Fenella. He's dived the right way. Got fingertips to it off the underside of the bar. It's behind for a corner kick, but Mount Druitt, they're still in this one as we head into the final 20 minutes. What a save from Robert Fenella. Plenty of power from Lachlan Scott, but Fenella has won that particular battle. In the corner goes now, and Fenella's been beat to it. So it's 2-0. Wollongong Wolves looking good for their second win of the season. So they won't be disappointed. Great in-swing corner, and in fact it was the man who won the penalty, Nicholas Duarte, and the man who scored twice in the 20. He's beaten everyone from Mount Druitt to the ball. He's made it 2-0. How about that? What an evening for the young man. About that, if Ward wasn't the correct, didn't catch all the 20s game, but did get word that Nicholas Duarte scored twice in the first half of the 20s game. So now 3 goals for the evening. Very successful evening for Nicholas Duarte. He's done his chances with the first group playing time. No harm whatsoever. Very in-swinging delivery as well. Absolute nightmare for goalkeepers when it's whipped in about the edge of the 6-yard box with that kind of pace. Now, did they step up in time? Well, no, Kamada will be onside. It's a nice touch off the heel to keep possession. Back it goes to Perez, and De Silva is the option closest to the hill, but just runs away from him. Just double checking if that indeed that is Nicholas Duarte's first goal in the first grade of the season. In addition to all the goals he scored for the Wollongong under-20s. Going to allow Wolves to step up. Red to Silva. These runners. Keep it in place, so quick feet there. That's nice work from Ollie and Kasun Mola. Now, the shot comes in, it's high into the northern stand behind Eddie Druitt's goal. So, of course, it being an absolutely action-packed long weekend of football on NPL TV powered by Clutch. A full slate of games in the Football New South Wales League 1 men's competition. So there's 5 games on the Saturday and 1 on Anzac Day on Monday. So Saturday 5:30 p.m. kickoff. Sorry, Saturday 5 p.m. kickoff. Which is the derby between Spirit FC and Northern Tigers. That'll be called by Dave McDonald. It's a doubleheader. Spirit versus Northern Tigers men's 5 p.m. It's game between those two clubs at 7 p.m. And back it goes. That looked a bit awkward initially, but the pace died on it. It was pretty comfortable for the Druitt. Now Duarte, does he keep it in? Looking at Harrison Fisher on the far side. Yes, he has. So Duarte into the box, trying to create more havoc. He's found a teammate. Lachlan Scott! That should do it. It's 3-0 to Wollongong Wolves. There's a second. What an impact from the substitute, Nicholas Duarte, who did well just to keep the ball in play, and then he's tricked his way into the penalty area and picked out Lachlan Scott. It's the left foot strike this time from the Wolves number 24. He swept it low past Robert Vanella. It's Wollongong Wolves 3, Mount Druitt Town Rangers 0. Great for their second win of the season. It's much needed. They've struggled so far, but this is only their second home game. They drew the first one, so they are so far unbeaten at home. We need to take advantage of that home field advantage on Wednesday night when they host Sydney Olympic in a rescheduled round 4 catch-up game. Offside, so that was good work from the Wolves back four, particularly Darcy Batten. I think you saw what would happen if he just made those couple of steps forward. So I think which makes once again to Nicholas Kubiak, who's corrected me on a couple of the commentary allocations for Football New South Wales League 1 men's. So we'll start again Saturday 5 p.m. It's the derby between Spirit and Northern Tigers. That'll be called by Sydney's West Filipino commentator Justin Pineda. He's will be fresh off calling this international between the Philippines and Tonga. That was at Wanderers Football Park earlier today. So that's quite the doubleheader. Spirit, Spirit versus Northern Tigers in the men's at 5 p.m. and the women's at 7 p.m. Which game's in Christie Park tomorrow. Tim calls a Filipino descent because I'm taking the women's game, Justin's taking the men's game. So that certainly is something you want to see. Competition, 4 kickoffs tomorrow at 7 p.m. So Hills versus Hako are called by Dave McDonald. So that as he goes to the byline, Josh McDonald ran it out of play. Western Sydney Wanderers versus Wandering White Eagles from Wanderers Football Park. That's called by the Serbian Martin Tyler, Nikola Pozda. Commentary, ground announcing, riding, and I'm told also Wandering's under-20s assistant coach, so he's doing it all, that's for sure. He's that into touch. This Saturday, 7 p.m. also St George FC versus Mounties. That's called by Plus and James Preston. Final Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff is Blackcat Spartans versus Central Coast Mariners. That's called by Alexander Preboy Molchanov. And the final game in this round 7 of Football New South Wales League 1 Men's. That's on Anzac Day, Monday night at 7 p.m. For the game from Penshurst Park between St George City and SD Raiders. Druitt head coach, getting ready for a double substitution. Change because there's a number 41 in front of me. There is not, however, a number 41 on my list, so let's see how good this Football New South Wales match center is. I'm just trying to find a number 41 in the 20s. Or maybe I'll just wait for the ground announcer. Oh, it's a commentator's nightmare. Both teams making a double substitution at once. So number 25 is definitely Mohamed Sabu. Okay, so little late change. Ivan Sunic was 31 on the list I was given, but he's clearly number 41. So my apologies, everyone. Druitt now making 4 subs. Just trying to see who the Wolves have ready to come on. I can see number 19 Czech Laval and number 12 Harrison and Taranto. Back to this McDonald set piece, nice flat delivery, and there's Wolves' head. And now it's Lachlan Scott. Well, would have been the perfect hat-trick if he'd scored with that header. After having scored with his right foot in the first half and his left foot in the second half. It is not to be. And Duarte causing more havoc. Might need some treatment as well. Maybe, we'll see. Actually, I think he's going to get up. Duarte wouldn't want treatment. He'll want to keep this momentum going because Nicholas Duarte won the penalty for the second goal. And Wolves scored tonight to set up the third goal. It's been quite some performance. Quite an impact performance from the young man. So it's Josh McDonald and I think Takamu Sujimura coming off. Good shifts from both of them. Now it's a chance for Luke Wilshere to give some of his lesser experienced players a run out. So we're into the final 10 minutes here. Side and touch around the corner, but flags up on the far side from Harrison Fisher. Koskiri getting forward from defence, but moving too early. Kanazumi would want to cover. Did he get the ball? Yes, he did. So nice. Another clean slide tackle there. it in. Kick save there from Duros. Of course, Hayden Duros is like every goalkeeper I've ever met. He'd be absolutely furious if he conceded at this stage of the game. He wants that clean sheet. There's Littler. And Scott first time could not find Jake Laval. Littler again, up into the sky. Scary now. Scott. Just see what Scott. Not resting on his laurels, he's pressing right until the end of this game and doing his defensive work. Also, modern football as a forward, you've got to defend, you've got to press. Just hang up the front and wait for the ball to come to you these days. But there's quite the battle now. Wolves free kick. Perhaps it's time for the Wolves not to take any risks with playing out the back. He's just signalled everyone to really get out of his way, and this one's going long. It goes now. Battling for the scraps there. Looks like a bunch of Seagulls trying to fight over a chip. And then long it goes. Nick Littler loses out to Jack Stewart. Was he tripped? We'll go on. It's Sunmola. Stewart overlaps. And then it's Sunmola. No flags up again. So Wolves keeping their discipline to the end, and it's Silva. Knew that, but the ball didn't get to it. Now Laval doesn't get a touch on it because of Barbosa, and it's held on by Silva. Barbosa overlapping now. Roberts onto the right foot. Now trying to get a vicious shot there. No Western backlift. Perez trying to keep it alive. Now it's Roberts. Now aiming for that far post. Stewart had made the run. Roberts again. So set forward now. Stumbling up on him, but he gets the byline anyway. And then no corner kick. That's great work. Take the stick out of the cross and then Hayden Duros, preventing that from going out for a corner kick. So I think has picked out a red one, and that's nice work. The side footer there blocked. Roberts. Just about heading into stoppage time. We'll soon hear the announcement on the PA as to exactly how much time will be added on. Just minimum amount of time to be trying to see how this result is. Get that clean sheet as well, of course. Now below Jennings, it's wide open up the banner. Customary 180 seconds of additional time to finish this second half. It's defender then does not with the kick, so some more flags up though. Fisher. So a couple of offsides in the last 10 minutes. Forward, and Lachlan Scott holding off soon yet. Scott going for the hat-trick, of course. He'll set up. Here's Leroy Jennings, and that's a nice block from Mohamed Sabu, preventing a fourth goal. It will still be a Wolves corner. We have already scored with a corner from this side of the field. Some discussions about the colours, so we're making sure it's okay for him to go up. It's that moment of the game. Wolves heading to a comfortable victory now. The defenders will want to get on the act. Kanazumi's come through from central defence. Lippers on the stay back. Right now, Kanazumi staying back. Clean sheet very much the priority. As you can see, they're not even whipping it in. They'll just go short and try and run down the remaining seconds. So before time runs out, I'll just want to remind you of the rest of the games from NPL New South Wales Sports Round 8 available on NPL TV powered by Clutch. Tomorrow 3:30 p.m. Sunderland versus Rockdale. This is offside. Isn't though, that runs for the jurors. So, tomorrow 3:30 p.m. Sunderland versus Rockdale, called by the People's Champion Nicholas Cunningham. Tomorrow 7 p.m. Rugby versus Palace. Sunday 3 p.m. Northbridge versus Army. Wisconsin. I'm certainly not the most likely game on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Sydney FC versus Sydney Olympic from the United Sports Centre. Make sure you get a kamapi before the game starts, and I'll probably post about it on social media as well. And the final game Sunday 5 p.m. as it's collected by jurors, Blacktown City versus Mount United, called by Chris Carulli, and there is the full-time whistle, so it's a successful Friday evening for Wollongong Wolves, and they make the home advantage count. They defeated Mount Druitt Town Rangers by 3-0. Scott opened the scoring in the first half, about the half-hour mark, and a lovely goal from 25 yards out. Nicholas Duarte made it 2-0 inside the final 20 minutes. Big substitute appearance for him. Great evening for Nicholas Duarte, after he scored twice in the 20s game played before this one. And then Lachlan Scott made it 3-0, set up by Nicholas Duarte. So both of these sides have midweek games, with Mount Druitt playing Marconi at Popondetta Park on Tuesday the 26th. And Wollongong Wolves playing Sydney Olympic here at Quinn Stadium on Wednesday the 27th. Just one more reminder of the NPL New South Wales women's action. 4 games on this weekend due to the postponement of Emerging Jets versus MacArthur Rams and Sydney Uni versus Football New South Wales Institute. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. it's Spirit FC versus Northern Tigers from Christie Park. I'm calling that one. Then Sunday 5 p.m. Nicola Posner. So a happy night out for the team in red, and they're applauding the fans that have attended tonight in somewhat difficult conditions. It's very cold, it's a bit wet as well, but this is Eric Subihano signing off for NPL TV powered by Clutch. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight, and we hope to see you soon, because there's plenty of action available for you to watch on this long weekend. And take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.